Hey guys.
Hey.
I got Stumpy with me. Or almost Stumpy.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday morning and we're kind of divided here. Here on Perry Hill. Denise and Eric are gone to get feed for the animals. We are headed to a small town just outside of where we live. There's a store there that Eric works on his route that always has good deals on meat and other things, and so he always likes to take advantage of these deals. I mean, how many boxes did he already buy? One. So they have these 40-pound boxes. 40-pound boxes of boneless chicken thighs on sale for how much? $45. That's a pretty yellow golf cart, isn't it? With lights all over it. That's cute. Anyway, sorry, saw a squirrel. But anyway, for $45. And so him being in and out of stores like grocery stores like this, and he sees those bargains, he likes to take advantage of them. And so today we're headed there to get that. He had already. How many vacuum sealed bags did you get out of that 40-pound box? Do you remember? Did you count them?
I did not.
You did not count them.
Because I've done some with 4 in it and some with 6 in it.
And some with 6 in it.
And so I would think at least 3. So I probably had at least 12 to 15 bags.
Right.
And I vacuum sealed.
Yeah. So, where Stumpy is probably the go-getter on making sure that we have good deals in the freezer and food to eat.
Well, trying to get us up enough chicken. This will be 80 pounds of boneless chicken meat with the box I got the other day and the box today.
But anyway, today is going to be chicken day for the most part. So we're going to go get this chicken. It's time to gather with Stumpy in the truck, just the two of us, which is very rare. And then we are going to, I don't know if we did a video on, I don't know if you remember our green trailer, our cow trailer that we have. It was my dad's. Our nephew had taken it, and we'd left it down there when we took some cows down there, or some of their cows to the sale. Anyway, he was going to weld some bars across the top for us, and it's ready to pick up. So, and that's kind of in between of where the furthest part we're going. So rather than take up a couple hours on another day, we're just going to try to make this one trip. Go get the box of chicken, swing by and get the trailer, and then get back home hopefully by lunch, and get the other breast chickens butchered. An update on the chicken plucker. I know that we did a video on it not working, and when it fails, you have to revert back to your old ways. Well, upon further investigation, the other Eric, he has had more time. He took it apart and realized that there's what is it called, a magnetic relay switch?
Yeah.
That on those pluckers you have to line up in order for it to run, and we didn't know that. This was our first plucker. It might have said something in the directions. I don't recall it saying anything like that. Could have very well did. But anyway, thankfully the plucker is not broken, and it didn't cost us any more money to get it fixed. It was just the fact that the magnetic relay switch,
the tub that sits on the plucker was not aligned right for the electricity to flow through the magnetic switch.
Right. And so
we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that we had loaned the plucker to somebody, and they hadn't put it back on there right. And so we didn't realize that until we started hunting the problem. And Eric found the problem. Problem solved.
So
I do want to say, because I was not happy about my plucker not working.
Oh, yeah.
But there was nothing wrong with it. It was us.
It was us. It was.
And I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong or not fully understanding deer.
Right.
And so, anyway.
Yeah, I had forgot that you had said stuff about it. And anyway, we were wrong. Anyway, we're going to be using the plucker today, and we'll show you how that works. I'm interested to see what the difference is in the breast chicken's meat than the Wyandottes that we just butchered and the other meat birds that we've processed in the past. I'm very curious as to see how that is. But we thought that we'd just let y'all join us. Stumpy's, not in a lot of videos with us lately. During this time of season, he works his full-time job, and then he also assists a friend at a local deer processing business. And so he's not around a lot. And so that's why you haven't seen much of him. But that's going to end soon. But we wanted you to come along with us on our ride. Denise and them very well might be doing some videoing on their end, getting content for you. But we were just going to let y'all join us today in our little route.
Yeah, I wanted to say some more stuff. I was waiting on her to get through talking.
I knew you had some things you wanted to say.
Well, I just wanted to say, a couple things, just some like reminders, and throw out just a couple of tips out there that will help you. There is nothing you can do that'll help you more, especially if you cannot garden or things like that. Get to know your local grocery store people.
Right.
And tell them things like, hey, if you have some bags of flour that are about to go out of date, if you will let me know, I'll be glad to purchase them at a reduced price. And 99% of the time, they're thrilled to get rid of that stuff.
Right. This is, you've had two occasions. Mm-hmm. Two occasions of where somebody has sold you flour. Mm-hmm. And you just bought a box full back to the house. Okay. So.
Yep. I did. I bought 8 5-pound bags of flour for $1 a bag. Brought home. Hopefully my wife put it in the freezer like I told her to.
We did. There were 2 bags that were cut open. Uh-huh. And when I went out there to pick up the box, bugs were already in them. And so there were 2 bags. It didn't go to waste because I dumped them into the hog pen. Squiggly quite enjoyed it. In fact, he used it as a dust bath, and dusted himself with some flour.
But anyway, I was just trying to say, same thing. This is a local guy, family-owned business. His daddy, maybe his granddaddy started this grocery store business. Where we're going right now, and currently, if you go to any grocery store in Dothan, such as, and I'm not bashing them, like Publix or Walmart even, boneless thighs are upwards of $3 a pound. Some places $4. We're driving over little ways out of the way, but we're driving over here, and we're gonna get it for $1 a pound, basically. It's a little more than that, but not. It's just $1 pennies a pound. So, and we're trying to do that to get us enough chicken, along with butchering our roosters, to make it to where we're in a cycle with our breast chickens of constantly having roosters to butcher. And but those little tips, that you can do, get to know your local grocery store people, especially if you have a grocery store that's owned by somebody that lives in the community, you're much more apt to be able to talk to them and get deals from them on products that are close dated or whatever. And if you don't mind going back home, taking a little time and bagging up your our bulk chicken, like that, and it'll save you a ton of money, and like I say, if you're unable to raise anything, you just go out and look for deals like that, and it will save you a bunch of money, and the way they talk, y'all, now, I'm no expert or anything. I've said this now for 2 years. Grocery prices are still on the rise.
Eggs, $9 a dozen.
Yeah, eggs, $9 a dozen. And if you're somebody, if you have a garage, or just simply where you can step out the back door, as far as eggs goes, yes, they're much smaller, but you can get some quail, and in a very small pen, you can raise enough meat and eggs to sustain you. And raising quail, and the only reason I bring them up, they're a little more expensive to raise than a chicken, but they take like 1/100th of the space.
Yeah.
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 You can use just a very minimum size little cage. And yeah, the eggs are small, but they lay every day, and you can take 15 female quail and have 15 eggs a day, which is probably the equivalent of 3 or 4 eggs, chicken eggs. And so they're just as good tasting. They're actually a little better for you. The smaller the egg, the better it is for you to consume. And so, but anyway, those are just some little tips that I try to do. I try to look for deals and all, anywhere I can take advantage of them. And, even like the hog feed, we had to dump a couple of those bags of flour to the hogs, but, hog feed's more expensive than $1 for 5 pounds of it. At least it is now.
Yeah.
It's expensive to raise anything. And, but anyway, that's our
agenda for today.
We're just gonna try to get some more meat in the freezer, and while you can't be growing, there definitely not as many vegetables. We got a few things that made it through the freeze. We got some carrots and some onions that made it through the freeze, and some cabbage. And so, but there's nothing really right now. My wife and them put the tarp out. We're about a month away from planting potatoes, and so we're coming up on garden season, and I really got the itch to plant something, but
yeah,
it's best to wait, so so it doesn't get killed by another freeze, which we're gonna have tonight. It's supposed to be 28 degrees, and that's pretty cold.
That is cold.
Down south anyway.
For us.
Anyway, we'll get back with you.
Y'all stay with us.
Ooh, thank you. Thanks, man. About the other chickens here. But they are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Really?
Huh?
Really?
I mean, they're just nice, you know. They act like they've known you all their life. Well, I've known them all my life. Most of my life, anyway.
Well, guys, we got to meet. We also got a few extra things. Girl Scout cookies. They have a bulk spice rack where you buy in bulk, pretty reasonable. So we picked us up some granulated garlic.
Oh, brother, you got the right one.
We're going to be grilling some of those chickens this evening. So I saw some meat rub in there. Sweet and savory. We're always loving to try new spices on things. And then of course we're always eating a steak. So we're going to venture off on something a little different, a new black
different kind of
steak seasoning. We'll see. Maybe we'll like it.
Mostly deer steak.
And then of course, this is what we normally eat. Everglades. That's we usually put that on our steaks, and the guys love it. And all that. I mean, they're very reasonably priced. They're not expensive at all. And so we're supporting small business there. Am I getting it? Okay. And now we're on the way to Lavell's to get the green trailer. And I love dark chocolate. So every once in a while I'll splurge on my favorite. One of my favorites. Mounds. And naturally I had to pick me up some. But anyway.
Anywho.
Off we go. We're going a little further south. We will be 2 miles from the Florida line by the time we get to his sister's house.
Actually, we're going to go into Florida and cross back into Alabama.
Oh. Okay. So, we got to meet. Tomorrow, Mike can vacuum seal it.
It needs to be done today.
Or today. It is chicken day.
It don't take long to do that.
So, anyway, boy, the deer. That was another deer went up.
Yep.
Me and Lauren went to a baby shower. Oddly, it was on a Friday evening normally, but baby showers are, on the weekends, brunches kind of things. But anyway, it was out in a rural area last night. Boy, we had to stop in the middle of the road to let a buck by. And are those dove?
Nope. Killed deer.
Oh, okay. It almost flew like a dove almost. It seemed like to me, but we didn't, did it? They were white. But anyway, we had to stop in the road to let this buck, he was a young buck, walk by us. And so, of course, naturally, the rest of the night we were on alert, watching for deer. We saw a fox across the road on us last night, so a lot of activity at night last night. So, but anyway, off to sister-in-law's we go. This looks weird. The tree's gone.
Yeah. Yep.
We got the trailer. You see it there behind us, and Zach did some awesome work on it. He added some more crossbars and stuff so that if we had the cow hooked to or in the trailer, they get out. We had
Can't jump out the top.
Right, we had one, and I don't think they would have before, but we had them try, haven't we?
Yeah, you could. I mean, if you get a wild one.
Right.
Hope you don't have a wild one, but occasionally you get one that'll do stuff like that. We just decided to go ahead and fix the problem before we had a problem.
Absolutely. So we got the trailer. Eric and Denise have texted. They have everything set up and ready for us to start processing chickens. So we're getting a lot done today, even though we're spread out a little bit. So we'll get back to the farm, get the green trailer put up. I'm so glad to have it back. You can see it back there in the back. We'll get busy on the chickens for sure. Not sure, but we will catch y'all when we get back to the house.